You like my cinematic look? The reason for it is I have some bad news, and I figured maybe if I made it look like a bad movie, it'd go over a little better. Yeah, I got some bad news, and that is I won't be able to do the Daily Pigeon in the foreseeable future, at least 4 months. And the reason for that is because I've been diagnosed with cancer. Yeah, it's at the base of my tongue. How ironic is that? It's like the gods telling me to shut up. And in my lymph node here on the side of my neck. Lymph node. Doesn't that sound like a band that would open for Coldplay? Anyway, please don't cry for me, especially if you're Argentina, because this type of cancer responds very well to treatment. There's a very high success rate in treating this, and it rarely spreads to other parts of the body. So that's all good news. Okay, the bad news is for the next 4 months, I'm have to call upon, the brothers to help me beef. And those brothers are chemotherapy and radiation. And, those buggers can scrap, so I feel pretty good. But regardless of how well that goes, oftentimes I'll be sloshing around the house here in a bathrobe feeling like I ate bad fish. Now, I don't feel bad, okay? In other words, emotionally, I'm not, oh no, please, why me? Because number one, I'm not like that. But number two, I have a little game that I play whenever I'm faced with adversity. And the game is to change my perspective with some silly little scenario that I make up, right? And in this one, I'm pretending that instead of me having the cancer, what if I heard that one of my kids or my wife had cancer? Would that be worse? Certainly. And what if that happened and the cancer fairy showed up and said, hey, Andy, I'll give you 30 seconds to decide whether you'd rather have it as opposed to one of your children or your wife. What would you do? What would any man do? I'll take it. Bring it on. Boom. Now, instead of being depressed, I'm actually happy because it's me and not someone else in my family. Pretty tricky, huh? Yeah. So, that's how I feel about it. And I'm going to try to be as up about this as I can and share with you as often as I can what I'm going through and what I'm doing to get through difficult times, And do me this favor, if you will, please. I know you mean well, but please spare me any religious quotes or links to cancer treatment centers or stories about people who have cancer or any of that kind of stuff. If you'd like to help me, could you do me this favor? Instead of typing a message on a social media site, actually help someone. Buy a homeless guy a hamburger or help a kid tie his shoe or let somebody have that parking space that you both got to at the same time. Park further away and walk a little and enjoy the day. Do stuff. Actually do stuff. And to me, that will put goodness into the world and it'll all come back around. And the more goodness we can put out there, the more goodness we can all share. And maybe I'll pick up on a little of it, So, there you go, folks. And I gotta tell you, this news of the cancer is really the epitome of that John Lennon quote where he says, life is what happens to you when you're busy making plans to do other things. And man, I got some plans.